Do you know the feeling? You open a menu and you don't understand a thing, and then the waiter comes and goes,
Mélia, bonjour. Qu'est-ce que je peux faire pour vous aujourd'hui?
Anya and I will help you out today. And we'll also tell you what else you need to know when you want to eat in a French restaurant, because there are some pretty special customs.
Taking their time and enjoying a good meal is one of the things the French are truly amazing at. So you should definitely try to get a feel of that when you're here. And before we take you out, let's have a quick look at some interesting facts. Restaurants serve meals at specific times only. Lunch is between 12 and 2 p.m., dinner usually between 7 and 10 p.m. If you're hungry in between, there are always bakeries around, fast food places, or you check out a brasserie. The French try not to snack. Instead, there are 3 meals that are taken very seriously: the petit déjeuner, the déjeuner, and the dîner. For kids, there's also the goûter, a cookie break at 4 p.m. Right before dinner, you often have an apéro in France, a drink along with chips and olives. Now, join us at one of Nice's oldest and most authentic brasseries, Gallio, at the entrance to Nice's old town, between Place Saint-François and the Promenade des Paillons. Here, food and drinks are served all day long, so you could even start your day with a breakfast at this place. But just something to drink at any time of day is fine too. I go for a typical French lemonade.
Orangina.
Sweet but refreshing and so tasty. And no day without a coffee for Anya.
And if you order a coffee, don't forget to ask for verre d'eau, which means glass of water. You won't believe it, but it's for free.
Speaking of free water, in France you can always order a carafe d'eau, a pitcher of tap water, for free. It's the law. Now let's jump into the menu and get some things straight.
The French word menu, that you would read menu, means a special combo. In this case, a combo for €29.90, which consists of a starter, these are different starters, a main dish, and a choice of 3 desserts in this case.
In general, it's worth getting a menu, a combo. It's cheaper than going for several separate dishes, and it's fun because you get to try different specialties. Most French restaurants have a dish of the day on offer, often written on a slate, and it's always wise to go for one of those, as they are usually very reasonably priced. At Gallio's, and that's pretty typical, they offer special lunch combos Monday through Friday.
So there's les formules déjeuner, that's the combo for lunch. In this case, we have 2 different ones, one for $19.90 and one for $23.90. And the difference is you can either have a starter and the main dish, or a main dish and a dessert, or if they're a little bit more expensive, all 3 of them, starter, main dish, dessert. Often it's even in English and French.
Most restaurants and brasseries have special offers for kids too, a so-called menu enfant.
And the children's combo often is only for children up until 12 years old. If you don't want a combo, you can also have a starter just like that. Les entrées means starter, and there's a huge choice of starters. One very typical starter would be les petits farcis niçois, which is stuffed vegetables.
By the way, if you'd like to find out more about food specialties in Nice, check out this video. And now for the main dish.
If you're looking for something typical, you can always go for la daube niçoise, which is stewed beef, in this case with red wine sauce and raviolis.
Les garnitures means side dishes.
Usually the main dishes are divided into fish and meat.
They don't do that at Gallio's, so let's have a quick look at the menu at the Brasserie Félix Faure, just across the road.
Let's check this menu. So here's a côté terre, which means meat. Côté mer, which is all about fish and seafood. Côté des pâtes, we're talking pasta. Partager means to share. And where's the vegetarian dish? Oh wait, there's at least a pasta dish. Pasta with basil and parmesan. But it's not very common to have a separated vegetarian category. So don't look out for that, it won't happen. You just have to read between the lines and find your vegetarian dish.
When you've finished your meal and would like to pay the bill, here's what you say.
Je voudrais payer, s'il vous plaît. What is really good in France, you can always pay by credit card.
There's one more peculiarity you need to be aware of in France.
Don't be surprised that you have to call the waiter if you want to pay. So then either you wave your hand like this and then he will come, and sometimes you even just have to go to the counter to pay.
You don't have to leave a tip, pourboire, in France, since a service fee of 15% is already included in the price of your dish. But if you're happy with your experience at a restaurant or a bar, it's common to leave a few coins when you go, either on the table or in the little plastic bowl that holds your bill. Café gourmand.
You can't leave France without having tried a café gourmand. And now you want to know what a café gourmand is.
This is a café gourmand. It's a perfect dessert or a great afternoon snack for those of you with a sweet tooth. You'll get an espresso and samples of 3 or 4 typical desserts, like a scoop of ice cream, tiramisu, chocolate mousse, or in this case, a crème caramel. The price is usually around 10 euros.
So when you're in a French restaurant, there are a few words you have to know. First, a most important one is bonjour. When you come into a restaurant, say bonjour, which is hi, hello. And actually, no matter where you go, the first word is always bonjour. Really, you have to do that, otherwise you're not polite. Even if you want to ask a question and you'll start, excuse me, excusez-moi, that's not good. You start with a bonjour, excusez-moi. Excuse me, that's the proper way to do it.
In the evening, you switch to bonsoir instead of saying bonjour, but still means hi.
And if you'd like the check, you can ask l'addition s'il vous plaît.
And surely you want to be polite. So you need to know merci, which means thank you.
And when you're all done and you want to go home, you say au revoir, which means bye-bye.
We know there's still this urban legend that French people don't speak other languages, but this is literally not true. So don't be worried, they will understand you and they will try their best to speak in English with you.
And speaking about cliches,
if you're looking for frog legs, don't expect to find them here. In the south of France, honestly, I'm not sure I've ever seen them on a menu.
if you liked our video, why don't you subscribe to our channel and you'll get to see many more stories from the French Riviera.